Make you expose your rage. Take you across the tracks. Make you explode the face. Now you official now. But you got a soul to save. I just been cooking that note. I'm about to drop in a few. Think if I call it the great, the people gon' call it the truth. I ain't really trip on the credit. I just paid all of my dues. I just respected the game. Now my name all in the news. Tripping on all of my moves. Quote me on this, got a lot more to prove. Remember I came in this bitch, fresh out the county with nothing to lose.
For nothing, no. Wanna count on you, but I don't do this shit for nothing. No, no, not at all. You, but my money real, that you do. Oh yeah, so I don't do this shit for nothing.
This bitch like I never left. Stand for some shit that you never read. Passing through stages in life, through the ups and the downs, like it's all just another test. Live by the rules like a fucking ref. I got respect in 100 sets. Too many chains need another chest. Playing no games if it wasn't chess. Cut from that cloth that you couldn't stretch. Cut from that circle you couldn't test. Heavily pressured and under stress, even though niggas ain't sure we was a mess. Honest attempt, blame to the left. Judge a young nigga by their dress. Left is no option, what they expect. Only thing we knew for sure is the bang the set. Fuck living basic, I'm taking risks. Fuck what they saying, I'm saying this. Don't waste your judgment, don't make you rich. It don't mean nothing, so fuck them, let's make a grip. Double up, triple up, make assists. Ballin' so hard you can pay a bitch. Lean to the lake if they wanna fish. Make sure them niggas around you stick to the script. This should be written in stone. You should come visit my zone. Don't take my word, double check all of my flows. Ask them how hustle got on, but fuck what you heard. This for who walked down that road. Sold everything but they sold. Third off the curb. Real niggas rich as you nerds. Address the whom and make it. Look, lot of niggas feel what I want. Lot of niggas fold, but I cope. Lot of niggas gone, but I'm home. Lot of niggas off, but I'm on. Lot of niggas lost on this road. Couple niggas gave up they goal. Gang of niggas traded they soul. With me, I'm standing on 10 toes. Looking out my Benz window. Wonder where my friends all go. Scared to give my heart to this girl. Paranoid she gon' leave if my hands get low. Knowing that this game to be played, but I'm knowing that this game to be changed. I should be afraid of afraid. I'm just trying to live up to the meaning of my name. I'm just trying to live up to the niggas in my gang. I'm just trying to live up to my moment on the stage. I'm just trying to live up to the truth of my pain and the power that it gave me on the youth for today. I put a coupe in a safe, and I shoot from the waist. My time is money, and I ain't got a second for you flukes and you fakes.
How do you dream of my walk? How do you dream of my nigga? How do you dream of my brother? How do they dream of my niggas? Yeah. How do you dream of my walk? How do you dream of my nigga? How do you dream of my brother? How do they dream of my niggas? Yeah.
Really taking trips more than often this month. When I call, they pulling up 2, 3 stream up. You ain't doing enough for the clan. How I feel if I gotta sit it down.
Sweet, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. We should be good here. Let me check. Cool, cool. We are good. Let's see here. Happy Wednesday. We are back on it for another one. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Let me see here. Okay, let's get it. Let's get it. Should be good all around. Sweet, sweet. Right, so kicking it off where we left off yesterday, right? 15-minute imbalance where we generated those relative equal highs or equal lows. We didn't quite tap into that 5-minute/15-minute imbalance overlap, right? But we did get a good move to the downside, right? Purged a lot of sell side liquidity. Almost got to our hourly target, right? Which was those relatively equal lows on that hourly imbalance, right? We purged these relatively equal lows here, right? But we didn't quite get all the way down to here. But nonetheless, right? Purge that liquidity right there. Short-term high, shift in market structure, respected that, painted a little bit outside the lines on that hourly busy here, but then we got this real nice good displacement above this short-term high here, with this imbalance possibly being created in about 13 minutes. So that's looking good. But let's start back up at the top here. Right, so back to that weekly candle, anticipating we get a little move down into this potential busy, partially close it a little bit, and then get that expansion to the upside. All right, we got a lot of news this week, so we should get some good manipulation either way. In regards to the daily imbalance here, yesterday came, traded down, tapped into it, right, a little bit, and then now we are currently right here making a slightly higher low right here, but we're currently right around the close of yesterday's daily candle. Right, hourly still bullish, right? Didn't quite fit tap into that imbalance just yet, but overall structure is still bullish, right? Not taking out any short-term lows or highs. Right, went over the hourly here. Imbalance, right? Short-term high, displacement above there, right? Respecting the low so far, purging the buy side liquidity above here, right? We still have those relative equal highs, those minor relative equal highs, and that 15-minute single high inside that imbalance up here, all-time highs. Right, if we look, we are below the open, right? So about below the open on the weekly, right? So we drop down Monday, Tuesday, right? Today's Wednesday. Possibly get that turn to the upside, right? If we want that expansion to the upside, right? So be looking for discount rates to be respected, right? We'll be watching this 1 hour imbalance. And I believe it's also an imbalance on the 15-minute here, right? Overlaps. Right, so we'll keep an eye on that. Right, we did trade up into that 15-minute / 5-minute imbalance here. Right, where it took out this sell side liquidity. Right, we'll refine this a little bit more to this 15-minute imbalance. Right, but I would anticipate that we trade above this once again. Right, overall bullish. Right, this is the news high as well, and there's no shift in market structure anywhere near there, right, on the lower time frames. So I would anticipate this is just liquidity, and we'll get back up there. Right. Right, so this is actually a good spot to be in. Right, I like this. We don't actually need this as much. Right, probably just bring it up to the daily right there. But I like this area right here that we're looking at. Bring another one of these guys over here. Right, this 15-minute imbalance looking real nice to get some longs in, some shift in market structures. Long. Alright, we got some relative equal highs we can aim for right there as well, but we also have this single high that we created right at the news. So we'll be looking on the lower time frames here. Right, we just took out this pre-market low as well. Right, so we're going to be looking for some structure here to form, right? Some highs and lows inside this 15-minute busy, right? We have some relatively equal highs right here, right? Which is buy side liquidity. Right, and then we have that single high from the news, right? Post news. Oh, we actually already did purge that post news high. We just didn't get any shifts in market structure. We'll hold off on this for now. That is interesting. Yeah, but no shifts in market structure up there. All right, because this is the initial high from news. But look at how we purged it, right? But no real shift, definitive shift in market structure, which is interesting, right? And then we have that initial low right here as well, right? So there's definitely liquidity underneath there, right? But this is a nice, if price is looking for that continuation of that bullish order flow, right? This would be a nice place to get long, right? But I think we're almost, oh no, we still have it open. Good. Yeah, we're looking good. We'll be looking for some, I'll be looking for some highs and lows to get put in here, right? To catch this to go long. Alright, so we'll be looking for some highs and lows to get put in here. Alright, and preferably the 15-minute candle to respect the consequent encroachment of this busy here. Alright, so we're taking out this short-term high here. Right, possibly creating a 1-minute busy here. So if that gets created, you already know we're gonna be looking for that fair value gap to get long. Let's see here if it gets created. Alright, we're also inside that first AM macro as well. Alright, so we're in a good little time slot right now.
That's your weed, all the cash is mine. I take them both to the spot, plus your phone till you back online.
I'm trying to down.
I'm tryna go down, down as a grade. Every night I get on my knees and pray that I will go down. Yeah, I will go down. Yeah.
Legendary moves, leader of my crew. Heavy as the head that wear the crown, that shit true. Do it like Nip Hustle, that's to fill some big shoes. And what good is excuses when the fucking wrist do? Smoking all this Indo, run away from my pain, rosemary on my temples. Heard that's good for migraines, solo in my benzo. Exit off the highway, solitary thoughts like how to reinvest my side chain.
I'm tryna go down, down as a grade. Every night I get on my knees and pray that I will go down. Yeah, that I will go down. Yeah, I'm tryna go down, down as a lich. Every night I aim, God for the bliss.
Right, so we'll just sit patient. We did put in a short-term high here, so we'll be just patient, waiting for some displacement above. Right, be very patient. Let price do its thing.
You make your dream realer and you make your team better. You wake your game up and you make your scheme better.
They say this time, I won't be like the last time, But this time, I'ma do it like my last time. I'ma go hard, my nigga. Put my name in the stars, my nigga. I gotta pray to God, my nigga. I will go down.
Look, I'm from West Side, California. They run up on me. Ask you where you from and check your tats under your clothing. Hustle, go hard, make sure my knot's swollen. Fuck you, say the wrong hood, bullets explode, and I trust few people these days, cause that's gold. I see niggas get killed for who they roll with and chose to keep inside they circle, Satan sitting on your sofa. Same nigga that shot you was the one you used to smoke with. Cold shit, my whole clique notorious. You heard of us, 6 souls is murderers. You still serving clubs, jealous nigga, you broke as fuck. Yo bitch on my nuts, spilling Patron out my cup, she can't get enough. Buffing me down as I puff on the finest kush. They say I be doing too much, I just do my stuff. Yeah, I just do my stuff. Hustle, blue laces, shield cases, check bodies, we don't leave no traces. Big faces, suitcases, if you ain't no hoe, we get paid, bitch. Blue laces, shield cases, catch bodies, we don't leave no traces. Big faces, suitcases, if you ain't no hoe, we get paid, get paid, get paid, get paid, get paid, get paid.
We the best music. DJ Khaled.
You keep taking me higher and higher. Yeah. Don't you know that the devil is a liar? I know they'd rather see me down, put my soul in the fire. But we keep going high.
Right, so there we go. We're about to get that displacement above, and we'll put this order in right here. We'll buy that. We'll actually switch to the minis. We'll buy that. Let's see here. There we go. With the stop loss right about here. Can we add another order? There we go. All right, we got a nice shift. Right, some good displacement to the upside, taking out this short-term high here. Inside that 15-minute imbalance. but it looks like we, oh, it's testing it. There we go. We will sit on the hands and wait. All right, we will sit on the hands and wait. That was a nice little shift in market structure. Good timing inside that first AM macro as well. All right, we're looking at something like this. Right, 10 handles right at our relatively equal highs, just past it a little bit. Right, but that's what we were dealing with right there. Little quick one, right? Made its decision real quick, but that is completely fine. All right, we'll sit on the hands, see if it gives another setup. If not, then you know, it's all good. But let's see here. All right, a little short guy. Let's see if we get another shift in market structure inside of here. Right, but we have the short-term high here. We'll just kind of go over it again. Right, short-term high here. Right, short-term low. Right, our nice little 2 down close candles. Right, displacement to the upside, creating these fair value gaps. There's actually a smaller, little tiny fair value gap right there. But yeah, getting that displacement above this short-term high here. Entering when we retrace back into this upper fair value gap, only about 4.25 handles for the stop loss, 4.5 handles, right? 4.25, but it's actually 4.5. Yeah, it was actually 4.5, and then I mean, it just decided for us right away, just straight to the stop loss, right? Which is completely fine, completely fine. It's better than those that linger just in the at like the break even for like the longest time. This one made its decision real quick. So let's see if let's see what we get here. Let's see what we get here. I still want to see the longs play out. Would rather see the longs play out inside this 15-minute busy. Right? Try to attack those highs post CPI news. Right, and let's see if we got anything else going on. Now we just have CPI. Do we end up creating that hourly imbalance? We actually end up closing that hourly imbalance completely, which is very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, so we'll sit on the hands here. See what gets presented. If any more opportunities get presented, but that was a little quick one. Right? Made its decision for us real quick. Right, so now we've taken out the lows from the initial move, right, from CPI, right, which is this low right here, this sell side liquidity right here. So now that we've got liquidated and this sell side has gotten liquidated, let's see if we can get that shift in market structure one more time, right? right? Because that's the initial low from CPI news, right? That initial news reaction made a quick little wick down before expanding to the upside, right? So let's see if we could put in some short-term highs and lows. All right, we still have those relatively equal highs up here. So let's see if we're just purging some of this liquidity, and then looking for that move to the upside still. If not, I could be offsides, but I'd rather be in buying all these discounts, right? Buying the discounts. Right, purging some more sell side liquidity here underneath this single low from about 745. Right, notice on the 5-minute too. Right, we ended up respecting this 5-minute SIBI right here. Right, ended up respecting that 5-minute SIBI. All right, taking out the low of day now. Right, almost at yesterday's previous day low. Right, that low. Were we offsides though? For sure. Look at that, right? That impulse up was the only impulse up, but still satisfied with taking that. Right, in a good area at a good time in that first AM macro. Right, we're still in that first AM macro, but we're just the liquidity on that first AM macro. Look at that displacement to the downside, right? Purging a lot of sell side liquidity. Right, so I'm completely okay being wrong here. Right, that's why I have a stop loss, right? Saved us, look at that, 4.5 handles right there. I mean, imagine taking on 15 more handles of drawdown, right? That's where accounts get blown. Right. Let's go peep the hourly again, because that was interesting that this last hourly candle completely closed this potential busy and all the way, right? When we thought there was going to be displacement to the upside, right? It ended up closing the entire imbalance, right? The potential imbalance. So we might be heading for this hourly imbalance right here with some relatively equal lows on top of, honestly, because this single low is on top of there as well, right? This guy right here, right? We're not too far away from it, right? We could be going up into a premium, but let me see here. I mean, wouldn't that be something, right? This wick just purges all the way down here and then still respects this 15-minute busy, right? Wouldn't that be something, right? Purging all that sell side liquidity and then immediately closing inside that 15-minute busy. Right, what I'll be watching for, right, is getting above this short-term high here, this 5-minute. That would be a 5-minute shift in market structure. Also, not respecting this 5-minute CB right here. Right, those are two things that I'm just paying attention to right now.
Seen a gang of rich niggas get comfortable. Then looking at they watch like where the fuck it go. Through my eyes I learned lessons like time is of the essence, and my grind got obsessive. Then my mind got restless, put myself in the game.
Right, don't want to respect this 15-minute or this 5-minute CB here. Right, if it does want to stay in that bullish order flow, right, we'll get back above this short-term high here on the 5-minute. Right, leaving that fair value gap, and then see if we can get long inside that fair value gap still.
Fuck where your hoes at, or where your roads at, where your backbone, nigga, where your code at, where your down since day one real bros at, where them stories that you telling unfold at, where your heart, nigga, where your soul at, we got old school ways we expose at, ain't no guarantees, but you know that, niggas die every day, can't control that, King Griffey throwback, nigga had to go left, musta popped 28 times cause it's 4 left, if it's about mine, ain't a nigga that I won't check, run through your hardest homeboy, you could go next, 85 cut dog, hustle at the Rolex, chain on my white tee, now you see the progress, stacked every chip on myself, time to collect, all money in, just imagine what I gross back, fuck where your hoes at, or where your roads at, where your backbone, nigga, where your code at, where your down since day one real bros at, where them stories that you telling unfold at, where your heart, nigga, where your soul at, we got old school ways we expose at, ain't no guarantees, but you know that, niggas die every day, can't control that. That's why I call my thing the marathon, because I'm not gonna lie.
All right, we got about 1 minute before this 5-minute candle closes. So we'll see where this candle closes in reference to this 5-minute CB that we have going on right here. Right, if it's still going long, I would want to see it close and paint outside of that 5-minute CB. Right, don't want to see the candle body respecting this CB here. Right, the wick can just do the damage. Right, but it's where do the bodies of the candles close. This is also going to be a 15-minute closure as well. Right, so is this 15-minute candle going to paint outside this 15-minute busy, or are we going to paint inside? Let's see here. Alright, so we are just going to paint just outside here. I think that will be painting outside as well on the 5-minute. Yes, it is.
We have to reassess how we react. You know what I mean? I think that we've been known as hip hop to make songs, and that's a part of it. And then we gotta go a step further, because I think that it's like a disease in your body. Once you start giving it a treatment, it'll get immune to the treatment. And you gotta try something.
You know what it's stacking up to is this imbalance right here. Right, it just created relatively equal highs on top of this little 1-minute CB.
Fuck where your hoes at, or where your roads at, where your backbone, nigga, where your code at, where your down since day one real bros at, where them stories that you telling unfold at, where your heart, nigga, where your soul at, we got old school ways we expose at,
Ain't no guarantees, but you know that. Niggas die every day, can't control that.
Right, so we'll see if we put in any highs and lows in. Right. Anywhere in this leg of price action that we had right here. Be looking for that displacement to the upside. Maybe as we retrace back and feel some inefficiencies in here. Now that we purged that CPI low, we purged a lot of that early New York session as well as London session lows. All right, we're right below the open of the day. So let's see if we put in some highs and some lows in and then get that displacement to the upside. Right. Be mindful too of the time. 10:17. So we got about 15 minutes before the 10:30 turn.
So I can pull up on a bitch and tell her, bitch, I want the crib. Nobody know why I live, cause that's why I hide on my shit. Diamonds on my wrist, on my neck another wrist. Goddamn, look at this. Oh, she want a kid. She want a trip when I dip. Damn, bitch, let me live. I wanna be a baller. Hit the mall, ring it all up. It's 10 G's, ring it all up. Hit the strip club. We make a mess, clean it all up. Black China, clean it all up. I do it cause I can. African American, they never wanted us to have things.
All right, about 10 minutes away from that 10:30 turn. So we'll see what gets presented. If not, we'll just be sitting on the hands, right? We'll take that one loss and come back tomorrow. All right, no rush to get back in, but if it does present the setup, then of course we will execute it, right? That's kind of like my job as the trader, is to execute when setups are there, right? Right, in terms of roles, right? That's kind of like your job as the executor, right? As the trader, right?
Fuck that, her shots, then we bust back. Bulletproof, everything, you can trust that. You done it like we done it, I suggest that. Cause would you rather be the victim or the suspect? No, I came too far
Change my ways, no, I change my bra. Chase my change, never change my squad. And stack till I can change my car. Cause I wanna Benz, I wanna look good with my friends. I need my money, that don't never end. I wanna know some bands, and still have some bands. I wanna be
Right, so we'll be patient here.
on a Benz. I wanna look good with my friends.
Right, no reason to rush it.
Runaway bus catching, blue line train riding west side with the young extras. These old rules came with no questions. Wrong to live by, but it's no exceptions. Was young and reckless with loaded weapons. It's code of ethics and self-destruction. When it's over, you left with nothing. This life ain't it, boy, better check the subtext or the fine print. Felt entitled to this fly shit. Felt like every bad bitch should be on my dick. Felt like niggas lied to us on some fraud shit. Fuck it, that's the title ball bounce on some wall shit. Right here with all my brothers on some squad shit. All money, one nation under God shit. Neighborhood Nipsey Hustle on some boss shit. AKA nigga born broke, that'll die rich. What they call you, where you from, nigga? In my city, that was question number one, nigga. Looking at the legend I become, nigga. I can't help but feeling like I am the one, nigga. What they call you, where you from, nigga? What they call you, where you from, nigga? What they call you, where you from, nigga? I can't help but feeling like I am the one, nigga.
The nigga had the nerve to walk up on me, ask me where I'm from. I told him I ain't bang it, didn't listen, so I gave him one. Knocked us a diddy one. Nigga tried to hit him up. Now he wanna get him up and set it up and wet it up. Now I'm from the hood, checking niggas on the daily. Started off BG, OG, baby. Real life homie, 2 heaters in my seat. Had to check a nigga at the Compton swap meet. Where you from? I don't bang. Where you live? Where you hang? Say the wrong thing, then bang. Lights out, kites out to the homies in the pen. Crippin' in the city, we ain't letting cuz in. A lot of niggas camouflage, try to blend in to fit in. Get a hood rat so they can sit in. But if she got a brother, a daddy, or a cousin, they hit your ass up like a motherfucker. Where you from, cuz?
What they call you, where you from, nigga? In my city, that was question number one, nigga. Looking at the legend I become, nigga. I can't help but feeling like I am the one, nigga. What they call you, where you from, nigga? What they call you, where you from, nigga? What they call you, where you from, nigga? I can't help but feeling like I am the
Bitch,
one,
I'm dope, way too dope. I'm talking about a motherfucker had to sell dope. I had to chase dreams, I was in the ghetto with a tattoo artist and a few extendos. I had to make moves, it was confidential. Bring the drama to your ass like we banging death, bro. My bros both started in the west side with an Alpine bumping all the bass lines. I snuck out my house with before the bedtime with the goons in the G-Ride on a test drive. Guns in the stash, who the fuck wanna trip? I fuck with your hoes, but don't fuck with my clique. We murder your style, we smoke loud in this bitch. Gang unit pulled me over when they seen us in the whip. Gang unit pulled us over when they seen us in the whip. I didn't wanna do it, but I had to sell dope.
Right, so we're putting in some short-term highs and lows here. Also trading back down into this 1 minute busy. All right, building up some more sell side liquidity here. So let's see if we can get that displacement to the upside.
Got a 40 on my waist, back in the safe, 30 in the clip like back in the day. Grind till we shine, stack in the safe. Act like a bitch, you get slapped in your face. Money man, blink the block till it's said and done. Fuck his word, don't do business till his credit run. Said he tryna get some birds, now I'm selling some. Am I fucking with it? No, never none. Always hopping on the plane to get the cheddar, huh? Drinking all the Satan lean, I got a belly, huh? As my nigga J Brock, he can tell you how I be in that bag of that back, just watching belly, huh? With my feet up, drunk like a leader. Hello, nice to meet you, you should be my senorita. I'm a Mia, how we went to see her. All you heard, I mean pussy getting beat up. I did. Last time that I checked, there was 5 chains on my neck. It was no smut on my rap. Last time that I checked, I was selling zones in the set. Make a $250,000, no sweat. Last time that I checked.
All right, so we're looking at this short-term high here, right, and potentially this little 1 minute busy. Let's see if we can get above that little short-term high here and leave this little 1 minute busy open. Okay, it's not ready just yet. All right, let's see if we take out the lows one more time. We got the 10:30 turn coming here in about 5 minutes or so.
No smut on my rap. Last time that I checked, I was selling zones in the set. Make a $250,000, no sweat. Last time that I checked. East voice out west, legendary self-made progress. Last time that I checked, first you get the money, then respect, then the power and the hoes come next. Last time that I checked. I don't stress out, nigga. Poke my chest out, nigga. Wait on my show to bring the best out, nigga. Get it right or you get left out, nigga. Look, playing pocket my cassette loud, nigga. I remember feeling like a stepchild, nigga. I would hate to see my mama stressed out, nigga. And Black Sam to tell me poke your chest out, nigga. I could die today, I made the set proud, nigga. And I could fly away, but I respect vows, nigga. Used to always say I make the whole world feel us. Now I'm on a tour around the whole world, nigga. Paparazzi waiting at my hotel, nigga. Smoking while I'm driving, that's with no else, nigga. 20 bands a month, just for your bills, nigga. Princess cut diamonds up in your grill, nigga. That smile in every camera and show your trill, nigga. You feed them what you want, cause that's your kill, nigga. And through the darkest days, I was
Be looking for displacement above this high here. Right, since we created those relatively equal highs right here. We do have the short-term low. Right, so let's see if we can get above this little short-term high right here. And then create a busy on this candle. Let's see if we can get trading above there. We did on the micros. Let's see if we can do it on the minis. There we go. So let's see if we create this potential busy right here. I'd be willing to take something like that. But let's see if it forms for us. Right, gonna need to get displacement within this candle. If not, looks like we might be just sitting on the hands, right, until further notice. Further notice. Further notice. Yeah, nothing forming just yet. Right, still respecting that 5-minute imbalance. So right, so let's check out the other time frames here. Right, nothing on the 2-minute. Nothing quite yet on the 3-minute. We do have this short-term high, short-term low. If we just got that displaced or traded above it right now. But let's see if we create that fair value gap. Got about 40 seconds left in that candle, and then that will take us to the 10:30 turn on the dot. Okay, so nothing on the 3-minute either. We might just be sitting on the hands until further notice. It doesn't look like anything's just setting up just quite yet. Looks like maybe the 2nd AM macro to the afternoon session, maybe. All right, but nothing setting up for us just quite yet.
off of my mind, but I can't. Just the thought of you, just the thought of you. My whole world turns lipstick blue. Six. Forget you. My whole world turns lipstick blue. Homie, I know. My whole world.
All right, we're getting a little small little displacement above this right here. Actually, this little short-term high, which we have a super little tiny. Yeah, if we come back there, I'd be willing to take that. We got our 10 handle target right here as well. Let me take that on the minis, not these. Hello? All right, if we come back into this little fair value gap here, we're looking at about 3 handles. And we'll take 80% off at 20 handles. We won't put a take profit in, but we'll take this. Let's see here. What happened to our music? Yes, we're still watching. Cool. So wait for this. Right. Disrespecting this 1 minute to be here, which is good. Right, we still have those relative equal highs. All right, so we'll let that rest there. And yeah, we'll just be patient. We'll see if we can get tapped in here. Right, that's looking like a way better 5-minute candle closure compared to all these little wicks in here. All right, which is looking good. Right, so right, even this little upper fair value gap here, right, I'd even give it permission to definitely come into there. It's the fact if we're going to be able to retrace back down to this lower fair value gap down here, that's going to be the question, right? Because it doesn't have to, right? It could just trade to this upper fair value gap and go from there. But let's see if we can get a little bit smaller of a stop loss and then get tapped in right there, which we're about to do right now. All right, we're making some relatively equal lows on top of it. Let's see if we can get tapped in here. I think it was 1 tick shy. Yeah, 1 tick shy. Honestly, now that we've made relatively equal lows right here, we're getting like good displacement to the upside. If it does come back, right, I'd still be willing to take that. But yeah, it's getting a nice little movement away from our 2 fair value gaps that we're watching here. Right, we just got one tick shy of it. One tick shy. But let's see if we can make our way back. If not, right, no harm, no foul. It could just run without us. But let's see if we can get tapped in here. It was just a little shy of our fair value gap. Right, just a little bit shy. Right, it was like literally one tick shy. Right, just made relatively equal lows on top of that little fair value gap. With the whip 88.
I got myself a nice place in the hills, some new threads, a nice ride. It was fun. I like being a big shot. Wouldn't you?
And you can't be scared of change, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? You be alright. Keep your eyes on that prize. Keep your eyes on that bag, you know what I'm saying? And don't trip, my nigga. It's levels of success, you know what I'm saying? Take it one step at a time. Numbers. What's happening?
Gotta think bigger. I'm driving too Pacific. Alright, so let's see. Right, looks like we are coming back to this small little fair value gap here. Let's see if it lets us in. Right, we're right before the 2nd AM macro. Let's see if it lets us in here.
Spending blood money on gold and nice timing. $100,000 a month, but keep it modest. Selling merchandise out the trunk, just know we got it. Pops always told me, man, you gotta break the cycle. Uncle Sam real, so I chill with my accountant. Turning down.
Right, just stay patient. We made a lot of little relatively equal lows on top of this fair value gap, so we should be able to get tapped in here. There we go. Now, just gotta let it do its thing. Right, we should have got let in on the map. Yep, there we go. Alright, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take 80% off right here. Let's see if we get stopped out. And that is us. Okay. So those are our two shots right there. And that is a wrap. That is a wrap. Trying to play that displacement to the upside, but just not quite getting there. Right? But it is all good. I mean, that's just part of the game. Right? We have our relatively equal highs that we're aiming for up here. Right? Let's check over right here. And, you know, we're trying to play those fair value gaps. And, you know, sometimes we're just offsides for today, which is completely fine. I mean, that's just part of the game. Right? That's what I was looking for. Right? Very bullish conditions as well. So, I mean, that's how it goes. Right? We took the lows out. Right? We're waiting for that shift in market structure higher. Right? We got that displacement above this short-term high here. right? Which is also a little displacement above that short-term high. And yeah, I mean, we know the risk that we're taking with dabbling on the lower time frames, right? And we'll just have to read how price ends up turning out, right? But that is the business. That is the business. I took my 2 little stabs at it today. Got both stopped out, but I mean, it is what it is. Right? That just happens sometimes. And yeah. That being said, appreciate everybody for tuning in. I will be back on tomorrow. We'll catch you guys in the morning, same time, same place. And yeah, I'll see you guys then. Peace out.